Hello and welcome to Good Day SA. This is my quarterly update called SA Today. What I would like to talk about first is acknowledging that this is a rebuilding year for us here at Service Alternatives, and I'll talk a little bit about what that means. From there, I'll give an update on where we're at with diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, as well as I'll update us about the strategic plan. Lastly, I'd like to acknowledge the challenge that many of us are experiencing right now, given the uncertainty that we're facing in our local economies, our state, our country, and the world. Before I get going, I want to acknowledge that today is Administrative Professionals Day. I want to thank each of our amazing, exceptional administrative professionals for the work that you do. By each of you carrying out your work with excellence, you really help us as an organization do everything with excellence. So thank you so much. And for the rest of you, if you get a chance to thank our administrative professionals, please do that today. It really will mean a lot to them. In terms of this being a rebuilding year, our primary focus is on growing our revenue and building a healthy profit. And to do this, we're really focusing on carrying out our primary functions, our critical tasks. We're focusing on development, we're focusing on growth. And what that means is that we've had to make some tough decisions, such as eliminating Rising Stars for the year. We're not doing barbecues for the year. We're changing the way we've done many team gatherings. And the idea is for us to stay focused on the basics. The idea is for us to get back to the groundwork of what we do. And it does not mean that those things don't matter. It does not mean that we don't recognize the impact. And yet for us and many organizations right now, we have to keep our focus on our primary work. People are working so hard. You are all working so hard to adjust to the restructuring we did at the end of 2024. There is a tremendous focus right now on improving efficiencies, prioritizing critical tasks, maintaining a consistent focus on our vision, mission, and our values. Here are just a very few number of things that are happening in our service areas. In residential services, overtime has come down quite a bit. Residential coordinators, we have a full team of residential coordinators for the first time in 2 years, and quality assurance scores are really improving. So that's amazing out of residential services. Out of community services, the monitorings have been going exceptionally well. We have had very few follow-up things that we've needed to do, and for Work First, we actually achieved a best in practice recognition for the very first time. So that's incredible out of community services. The Training Institute has drastically improved the efficiencies of the DDST training that we teach, and this has allowed for our trainers to be freed up to spend more of their time teaching and less time taking care of minutia that, while important, was taking up too much time. The Training Institute has also been doing a tremendous amount of development of new curricula and design. These are just a very few examples of things that are happening. The work that's happening that I am seeing, that I'm hearing about, is incredible. And that includes whether you're part of a support department, or whether you're a DSP, or whether you're a manager or an administrator or any of the other roles. I cannot thank you enough for the way that each of you is showing up and focusing on the basics, focusing on improving efficiencies. And if any of you have ideas to improve efficiencies, please, please, please speak up. It takes each of us identifying what those might be. In terms of where we're at with diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, as you know, this has been a multi-year journey for us, and I shared our full plan as well as our action plan in February. We've accomplished one of the goals this year. As you saw in the plan, a number of things we'd already achieved, but the goal that we achieved this year is that we now have a 30-day wait period for new hires, and this is drastically reduced from the previous 90-day wait period. And so that's one thing that's been accomplished, which we're excited about. And there are many, many other things that are underway right now, and I will report on those as they get completed. But if you want to look at the plan, you'll find that on ADP. In terms of our strategic plan, we're in year 3 of our 2022 through 2025 strategic plan. Our focus remains the same. It's called a big, hairy, audacious goal, which means it's a very large stretch goal, and that is for 25% of our revenue to be private pay. So that's still the same. We are a learning organization and we keep learning things. And a couple things we learned last year was that, number one, we had too many priorities we were working on at one time. And number two, there were better ways for us to configure our strategy teams. So we've got a couple changes this year. first thing is that we have less projects that were happening. We also have configured our teams differently. So we still have 3 primary areas of focus, and those are people, products, and systems. And the projects all fall under those 3 categories. What's different is it used to be administrators, directors, and a few other people that were active members of those teams. What's changed is that now we're getting more clear about what the project is, and we're matching the skills that are needed regardless of the role of the person to the project. And so those are changes that we've just started to make. We're already seeing some really great benefits in terms of some administrators and directors' time being freed up to focus on their more essential duties, and we're just starting to bring more people into these particular projects. At the end of April, you'll be getting an update from me that talks about the specific projects that are being worked on in these 3 categories. But we're quite excited about these changes, and it aligns with what I talked about at the beginning, which is focusing more on getting back to basics, focusing on essential tasks, and just making things a little bit simpler. Lastly, for today, I want to acknowledge the level of chaos that's around us right now. We all respond to this differently, but for us at Service Alternatives, I want to assure you that we are monitoring things carefully, and we will communicate anything. If it's at a company-wide level, we'll do it that way. If it's at a program or a service area level, we'll do it that way. But we're monitoring what's happening. For each of us personally, for us at work, it could be creating a level of stress given how much uncertainty is out there. And I want to acknowledge that and recognize that all of us handle that differently. And so I encourage you to pay attention to what helps you in times of unease or times of change or times of uncertainty. I encourage all of us to return always at work to our vision, our mission, and our values. They anchor us to why we are here. They provide a compass, regardless of what is happening, to where we need to be heading. For me, I return to them regularly. And I just know that for myself and for others that I talk to, when we're focused on advancing the potential of our communities, customers, and ourselves through exceptional service, it keeps us moving in a direction that aligns with our work and aligns with the goodness that we all have the opportunity to participate in here at Service Alternatives. Thank you all for what you are doing. These are hard times. They're really hard times, and I'm not really sure of many industries where they aren't hard times, and yet I don't want to minimize the impact for any of you here at SA. So thank you, thank you, thank you for what you do. I am so proud to be a part of this team and wish you all a very, very, very great day. Bye-bye.